Okay, so week three, term two reflection. So what happened throughout this? Where's the brightness, please? Anyway, so what happened throughout this week? So what happened throughout this week? On Monday, we came in at 1, and we had a coursework session with Ryan. We just did our introduction to our essay of Romeo and Juliet, because one of the Romeo and Juliets is from 1974, I believe, and the other one is from 1993. And the one in 1974 is actually a real budget movie based in the Romeo and Juliet times. And well, it's very much like theatre just filmed. It literally just looks like film theatre, and it does not seem like a movie at all. There's not really there's no sound effects. The editing is not the best. The acting is not even the best due to there being no like good camera quality. And the thing is, the camera is always at a constant distance. They never change the distance of the camera. Sometimes they zoom in, sometimes they zoom out. Oh my, I've got spots. Okay. Sometimes they zoom in, sometimes they zoom out, but they don't in this movie. They really don't. However, in the other movie, it's a much higher budget, and it's also more modern. There's guns, there's cars, there's all kinds of these modern props within Romeo and Juliet, which adds a more modern aspect to the story. Unlike the previous one, the previous one is very much set in where Romeo and Juliet is originally set in I believe it's in Verona in Italy, around somewhere, I think 1500s is what I want to say it's set. 1600s, that's where I want to say it's set. I could be wrong, but that's where I want to say. But yeah, we did our introduction, which is just the basis of what is there, like what is the differences, and now we are gonna continue with the essay. And after that, we had Leanne, and in Leanne's lesson, what we did was we just did a bit of pad work, a bit of notepad work about, our characters, more like research. So I was in, but my partner, TJ, he wasn't in. So I kind of did my own little research on Lee from True West, trying to see what kind of character he is. I'm trying to get into his mindset, and I found myself really just doodling on the piece of paper, and I started feeling a real hatred because I started referring it back to my own childhood and my own experiences in childhood, because there have been times where, like Lee, I feel like I haven't been noticed, but other people have, and I just start scribbling, like all of that anger that's been built up in me all those years ago, just through the pen. It's just scribbled absolutely everywhere. It's just insane, and I just got into the character of Lee, and well, it was just crazy. It was actually just crazy. I felt like I was Lee, just scribbling on the piece of paper. Leanne got a bit concerned because I was just sitting alone, just scribbling, but I quite enjoyed it. It kind of made me understand why Lee feels this way and how he feels towards Austin. And I'm just, at the moment, also learning my lines. I do know my lines. I do. It's just the order that they go in, because yeah, but I swear I do know the lines. I am so sure. No, I do know the lines. I do know the lines. I do know the lines. They are in my head. I do know the lines. Anyway, so that's what we did with Leanne, getting into the depth of our character, why our characters feel this way, just more pen to paper work, and it's more just writing down. After that, on Tuesday, 9 o'clock start with Ryan Docs. Yay! And what we did with Ryan Doherty is Ryan Doherty. What we did with Ryan was essentially where we just practiced our American themes, True West. That's what me and TJ did. We did that, actually. We just practiced it for a bit. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so practiced that. And then we kind of just got the layout out, the intentions of our characters and, our scenes, because we actually performed a different part of the scene to what we did previously. So instead of what we did previously, which was last week, we did a different scene. So it was definitely much, much more different. We were both still trying to get used to it, and we're just also brainstorming ideas on how we can act a certain scene, because it involves a lot of improv. These scenes involve a lot of improv, and it's got to be quite creative with it, but also it's got to make a lot of sense. But yeah, woo. That's mostly what we did on Tuesday. Yeah, because then after on Tuesday I had a bit of studio time, and then we ended another lesson, and that other lesson was essentially just and that other session was essentially just more line learning. It was just mostly just going through lines because we already done our session with the Ryan Docs that day. So it was just mostly going through lines and understanding what we did. Things to improve on. I need to research golf. I still haven't done that yet. I need to research golf because I need to understand what the heck my character's talking about. He's talking about a deal here. I let him get a back nine on me or something like that. I let him get 2 up on me into the back nine. I have no idea. That's one of the lines I have, and I have no idea what on earth that means. It's a bit mad. So I need to research my golf because I need to really understand what I'm saying because I don't understand half the things I'm saying, and our show is in about 2.5 weeks, and it's starting to set in. It's really starting to set in. Holy shit. Oh my days, it's actually really starting to set in now. Oh my god, this week is just gonna be mad. Yeah, but anyway. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So after that, Wednesday was just the day off, and on Thursday we had Voice with Liz at 9 o'clock. Yay, another 9 o'clock start. Woo! So it was just what Liz made us do. She gave us these sheets of terms, of specific prefixes, let's just say, and we had to perform them in an American accent. But the thing is, I practiced my American accent in Southern, which is very much Southern Alabama accent like this. It's quite easy to do and it's quite obvious to do, but it's not a casual American accent. So I definitely need to work on my casual American accent because holy crap, I am too French for this. I am way too French for this. Like, I'm never doing that again on my days. But I'm too French for this. Why on earth do I have to do an American accent? I mean, I need to learn to do an American accent, don't get me wrong, but what the heck? Getting this accent down is actually going to be the death of me, because I can't just get it. I can get it, but oh my days. It's going to be the death of me, this accent. It's going to actually be the death of me. But yeah, it was just mostly going through expressions. I was horrible at it. I was so bad. I'm just going to be honest, I was so bad. But that's fine, because you can't be the best at everything. So, sometimes you just got to be like, okay, we understand. Let's just keep practicing. So yeah, that's what we got to do. I got to practice I know my lines, but I just got to practice my order of the lines and my accents. That's what I need to practice. And what else? So yeah, and then after that, I had another lesson with Ryan. Excuse me, sorry. So after that, we had another lesson with Ryan, and yeah, it was just mostly just rehearsals. In this rehearsal, in particular, I actually just went through my lines just over and over and over again. I just practiced my lines over and over again because I know the lines. It's just getting the order. It's just getting the order in, and I am more confident with my lines, but it's just really just getting the order in because holy crap, some of the stuff we say, like, what the heck? Literally, what the heck? But yeah, anyway, that was pretty much it for and that's pretty much it for Thursday. And on Friday, it was literally the same thing, just going over rehearsals. However, my partner was not in, so again, it was just another day of me coming in and learning lines because my partner wasn't in, so we couldn't really rehearse True West because we can only rehearse True West when we're both on time and we're both there. Okay, that's the only time that we can do it. So yeah, that's everything. That's all that we can improve on, and yeah, that's week 3. Overall improvements I need to do. Work on my American accent because our show is in 2.5 weeks, and I still haven't even perfected it. And I also need to learn my shit. I know my lines. Sorry for cussing on a reflection. I know my lines, but it's just the order it goes in because sometimes they refer back to the same thing, and I'm like, holy crap. I know my lines though, so it's fine. We can do this. I know we can do this. Just praying to God we can do this. Things that went well, me learning my lines. That's the thing that went well, even though the order needs a bit of work. But yeah, that's everything. And yeah, that's week 3. Peace. Looking forward to True West. Peace.